Welcome back, everybody. Let's do some drawing. So we did a little post earlier about our next image, and what won was a British mythological creature. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to draw a gross little boggart. So I don't know a huge amount other than it was in Harry Potter. But I think when I was looking online, I found a lot of stuff about it's like kind of like almost like a goblin sometimes. But I think the lore is no one really knows what they look like because they're like shapeshifters. So today I thought I'd try and draw what I imagine that little creature would kind of look like, but to have a little bit of mystery, a little bit of the unknown. I thought I'd do a lot of shading in this one just so no one ever really knows. So yeah, thought it'd be fun. That's the plan. And I'm going to draw a nice gross crinkly nose. There's a lot of shading I need to do, and I could not find one of the bigger pens, so I'm not sure just yet if it's going to be lots of line shading, lots of cross hatching, or do we just go for it and do lots of traditional shading? But I haven't quite figured that one out yet, but hopefully by the time we get to that point we'll know what we're doing. So instead of me just ifing and ahhing the whole time, I thought I'd just crack on with as much as I can do without having to do any shading just yet. So that's the plan. I don't think they're going to have pupils. I think that's creepier. You know, this feels very ready for sort of Halloween, so maybe we'll count this as our Halloween picture in case I forget. And a nice gross little nose. Kind of reminds me of the hag drawing that we did. And if any of you watched that, yeah, I think you know what I'm talking about. Nice big crinkly nose, lots of little spots and blemishes. And then, yeah, it's going to be very strange looking. Like that. Do we do a line art? I don't know. We'll come back to that. So we got a nice creepy little knuckle here that we need to do. Lots of little lines. We want lots of little details. And nice big crease there for the finger, the knuckle bit, and back around. And then again, we're having this one come down a little bit more and then wrapping a bit earlier, so it's not too samey. Lots of little marks and blemishes. Beautiful. And then maybe, do we need another one? No, I think we're okay with that. So this is going to be the bottom of this sort of a creepy old desk, and it wasn't me, it was actually my partner that was like, maybe it should be sort of interacting with something rather than just on its own. You can add a lot of shade and a lot of shadow, and I thought, oh, unfortunately that's such a good idea, but it's more work, so it was a good idea. Right, we're going to do lots of little lines. I think that's going to be a little bit quicker than just doing all the shading. Actually, I will order a new shading pen after I finish this, because I am aware that there's going to be a lot of images that I think, oh, I won't do it all the way because it would take too much time, but if I just had the correct equipment, it would save a lot of hassle. Yeah, so this is kind of like curved bit of wood going around the leg. It's not going around the leg, is it? It is the leg. And then, and again. It's a really creepy looking table as well, so maybe the boggart lives there. Oh, that's a creepy idea, isn't it? Yeah, I like that. And then the boggart's fur or hair just kind of wrapping around everywhere. Yeah, it was one of really good comment actually. It was talking about some mythological lore in the British Isles, and I thought, yeah, okay, that sounds pretty good. Let's do a little vote, and immediately that was the winner. So yeah, thank you for the suggestion. Makes a big difference. Otherwise, I normally thinking, what should I draw? It's also the first time I've ever drawn a boggart. Though I'm still not entirely sure what they look like. But I think that's part of it, right? And then if we do... Oh, it's going to be a lot of little lines, isn't it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 5 million, 7 million. Cool. Now I do a little bit there. Oh, this is so gross drawing. Ugh. What a creepy creature. Cool, right, we are getting there slowly. I suppose there's a bit of the creature here as well. Finish off that finger, I forgot about that finger. It's going to wrap back round, and then I suppose there's more fur here and stuff, isn't there? Oh dear, this is going to be a lot of shading. Ooh. And then let's do something. Let's do something here so it stops me having to do such big lines. What else can we do? Oh, you know what? Maybe a boggart should have horns. We could do horns. Yeah, let's do some horns coming out of the shadows. Haven't drawn the horns yet, so I'm just going to make them up as they go along, and they sort of interact with the table leg as well, so it's almost like appearing out from underneath the table. And they'll sort of be less goat-like, but still kind of creepy. Oh no, I just realized they're going to have to shade them all in. Oh no, I've made a terrible mistake. Oh no. That's okay. Cool, and then this side. Does it need another horn? Oh, I don't know actually. Maybe it doesn't. And then do some shade on this side. So it's kind of like the crevice in between the horn bit, if that makes sense. That's how I see it anyway. Whether or not that actually makes sense, I'm not sure. But looks alright so far. Give it 10 minutes. Right, and then I'll do more shading here. A little bit of the light. And then lots here as well. Oh my goodness. Need to find a proper pen. Anyway, I hope you're all doing really well. And, oh, I forgot to say, I will be coming back to the digital drawing of Perloff from the game. In fact, I probably will crack on with it as soon as I finish this one. Been really busy at work lately. So, yeah, I've been a little bit distracted, but weekend is now ooh, smudged all of that. Ugh, it's terrible. Right. And then, yeah, it's been a busy old week with work, so hopefully I have a bit more time to relax this weekend and do a bit more drawing. That's what I'd really like to do, just lots of drawing and just relax and not worry about anything too much. We'll see. We'll see, we will see. I wonder what nice plans any of you have. I wonder if you're going anywhere or doing anything bizarre. That'd be cool. I don't know what sort of bizarre, but if you are doing anything bizarre over the weekend, let me know. Right. And then that bit of the sort of desk legs have lots of shadow inside of that. And we're looking a little bit too neat, aren't we? So let's do some lines and get some more movement and some scratchiness. That's what we like. We like scratchiness. We don't want things looking too neat. I think when you start looking too neat, then you see mistakes too easy. And I like to try and hide all the mistakes in my drawings. Cool. How are we looking? Ugh, creepy. Right. And then this table is going to be nice and chipped. Maybe I have like a little drawer bit. And then, I mean, at this point, might as well add a bit more, right? In for a penny, in for a pound. Lots of little marks on the horn coming up, and then here I've got this very old book. So I'm going to draw not too detailed of a book, even though I don't know if there's anyone out there that's going to share the same thought, but drawing books, especially old tattered ones, is like one of my favorite things in the world. Couldn't tell you why. Just think they're really cool. You know, I think books in general are kind of cool. Not a massive reader, but I just love the idea of stories being held in a piece of paper. Isn't that cool? Stories and worlds. To me, that's really cool. So I'm going to do lots of little details. And, oh, I forgot I was going to do another little bit hanging out there. I forgot. That's fine, but we'll do it here. I'm going to do this bookmarker much bigger than usual, just so we can use up some of the space there. So otherwise it'll just be lots of lines and a bit boring. So lots of little pages. I think the best way to draw like an old book is making sure no page looks the same as the one above it or below. You put like little folds in the paper. You know, it's very well read. Some sort of spell book maybe. I wonder if that's how the boggart was summoned. And a very melty candle here. Like that. Cool. And a very thick twisted wick. And there's like a crevice there. And then I'm going to do a little bit of shade in here as well. The table there as well. And lots of little marks. Maybe a little mushroom there. Why not? And then do a little spider friend coming down here. We just do a very, very silly little spider drawing. There we go. He's happy. You know, he's building his little web. Make it a little bit uneven. Makes it more realistic, I think. Even though we did like a cartoon, like spider, it's fine. Right. How we doing? Right. Come on underneath that. Lots of little scratchy bits. And then so another 5 million lines. Badly done. little bit of shade in there, a bit of shadow. And do lots of little dust and bits and marks in the book. Hasn't been read for a while, I don't think. It's probably a part of someone's house that's long forgotten, like a secret attic or, a room that doesn't exist on the drawing plan. Something creepy like that would be cool, wouldn't it? Okay. Cool, right, and then we do lots of little shabby little hair bits there. And we'll just, like I say, we're not going to worry too much again, it's just right. I just want the idea that it's hidden in darkness, this creature. And there's only so much can actually be seen. See, this is when digital drawing's so easy, isn't it? You just grab the area that you want, colored in, and you do it. You know what? Sorry, I got so excited, I hiccuped. That's what we should do. We should, we could do like traditional drawing, and then any sort of bits that needed filling in or anything, we could just do it digitally, couldn't we? I don't know why I'm forgetting that you can do that, because we've sort of played around last night doing the thumbnail for the last drawing. So yeah, we can absolutely do that. I don't know why that's taken me 3 months of doing the channel before realizing that I can do mixed media. How are we doing for time? 17 minutes. Yeah, we could do that. We could do this bit, couldn't we? Alright, so that's exactly the same as well. Sure, start counting, shouldn't we? How many lines? Probably more than 4. Right. And then a shabby old piece of paper there, sort of hanging off, and another one there, and lots of marks and all sorts of bits. Oh, drew the lines the wrong way then. Whoops. Some more little mushrooms. I'll just do some sort of like particles in the air, floating about. Even the spider's thinking, oof, slim pickings in here, Cool. And where should we go here? Cool. Let me just do a little bit of, try and make the drawers a little bit more antique-y, ornamental. Have a little lock there, and we can add a bit of shading on the bottom bit of this drawer now. I guess the light source directly above it. That makes sense. And then underneath the handle, little drawer knob. Do a little bit of shading. Some other little marks and what have you. Again, we're not looking to get perfect, we just want a nice creepy drawing ready for Halloween. And we'll get it done in advance, next week we start drawing for Easter. gross little spiky nail finger there. And just kind of something off about everything, you know. I don't want the fingers to feel right. They just need to be slightly, not turned the wrong way altogether. Just something not quite right about any of the movement. And I suppose this draw is going to be poking out this way. I think I did this a bit weird, but it's fine. Because I did it flat on anyway, it was not quite right from the start. But that's fine, we can make this work, I think. Cool. Boggarts, yeah, so shapeshifters. Yeah, it's a gross little creepy idea, isn't it? I always thought shapeshifting is like the coolest ability, you know, like superpower. Anyone's played like D&D, or if anyone's watched me rambling on about the D&D we play, myself and a few of our closest friends, well, I always play a druid, and I always like the wild shape thing. But the idea of an actual shapeshifter is really, I don't know, that's quite off-putting, you know? You wouldn't know. It could be anyone, you just wouldn't know. Is it? Cool. And then we won't even have the bottom covered. Yeah, we will. Okay. Might as well, right? Otherwise it'd be a bit weird if there's just nothingness. Where's the other drawer? Yeah, there's no drawer. It was on sale. This one's on sale. Cool. I hope it makes sense. I feel like it's very scratchy today because I'm just want to draw and not worry about it too much. But I hope it makes sense when I'm drawing. It looks all right. I don't want to waste any time or waste anyone else's time. If anyone's hoping, oh, it's going to turn out great. Well, maybe. Right. And then on the bottom of the drawer have a kind of cracked and seen better days. So all the wood's splitting as well, and just a very old piece of furniture, I think. I'll do some more hair. Oh yeah, this is gross. Anything else we need to add to it? Maybe a few more lines here for... It's crooked. Crooked face. Ugh. Cool. And then we're going to start drawing the back of the creature. So I wasn't really sure what it would look like, but I guess that's the point, isn't it? And I've tried to draw odd-shaped, like protrusions coming out of the back. Maybe like some almost look like sticks, others look like teeth. You're like, what is that? And that's the idea, isn't it, I suppose? You're not really sure what it is. So we don't need too much of that, we just needed enough to sort of show there's something there. In fact, I'm going to change the picture because originally I did the tail coming around, but I don't want too much on show, so I'm actually going to make it up as I go and have the tail come back around through here. So if we like do something like that, I think that's better actually. So I want the idea of sort of less is more for this creature. I don't want people to see like exactly what it is. Yeah. Do some like stripes as well. You might have that purple. Oh, someone asked me the other day, do you do anything with colour? Nope, I'm crap. Crap at colour. No. But I can work out like shading and stuff, so if usually my partner will choose me the colours if we need to colour anything, and then I'll, do that. But honestly, anything with colour, I have no idea what I'm doing. Just not very good at it. But I can doodle. Professional doodler. That sounds weird. Alright. Cool. Yeah, it's quite creepy, isn't it? It's almost like teeth. I suppose that's the idea, isn't it? Just not really sure what it looks like. And this image alone is not going to help either. But I think we're nearly at an end. How's that? And we'll do the back of the room here. And do some little bits on the floor. Little mushroom. And I guess there'd be shadow here, wouldn't there? It's underneath a desk. Right. Let's do that then. Cool. Nearly done. Once again. Forgot to talk. Apologies. It's in my own little world then. I was thinking, what should we do for Halloween this year? Don't know. I'd like to go somewhere creepy, but I also like to go to bed at a sensible time so it gets in the way. Can only be so scared. At 7 p.m. And then we'll do the tail. Like so. I'll put some like weird stick things in it as well. Just want that whole feeling of what's going on with this creature. Even the tail's strange, shape's wrong, and everything about it's not quite right. Oh, this is really creepy. I enjoyed doing this. Right. Yeah, well, I think that's done, right? I'll do a little bit of shading at the front. But I think, unless anyone can see anything, I don't know what I'm asking, but if you can see anything I've missed out, let me know. But I think I got pretty much everything I needed to, shading wise. I think, maybe, I don't know. So, yeah, I think that's all right, isn't it? I can't think of anything else I've missed. Maybe a little drop of saliva. That's gross, isn't it? Cool. And then what we do is we just end it with some piercing dark pupils. Cool. Well, hope you enjoyed this one. It was gross to draw, and hope you all have a really nice day. It's looking at me. Alright, take care. Bye-bye.